So, hello, welcome. This is the first Coscast we have. I am starting this with my Shera squad, aka Weera. Long story, I will put up a picture within this now so you can see what I mean. We have a few of the group here already, a good select few characters. I'm going to go off of my screen and get them to introduce themselves. But firstly, I am Courtney. I play the Interrupter in the group. And hi, welcome. So first we have Kirby. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kirby. I play the chaotic being that is Finn. Yeah, hi.
Your pronouns as well, please?
She, her.
She, her. Fabulous, just for anyone who is watching. Gemma?
Hi, I'm Gemma. My pronouns are she, her, and I play the baker from Dryl Castle in the group.
I love that, my little baker. Hale, would you like to go next?
Hi, I'm Hale. I play Scorpia in the group, and I use they and she pronouns.
Lovely. And EJ?
Hey, I'm EJ. I play Razz. I use she, her pronouns. Yeah.
Alexia?
I am Alexia. I play Perfuma and I use she, her pronouns.
Okay, Law, do you want to shoot yours?
Yep. Hi, I'm Law. I use any pronouns, preferably they, them. And I play Double Trouble.
Lovely. We need a good bit of double trouble in our lives. And Charley?
Hi, I'm Charley. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Micah of the group. And that is all versions of Micah.
Your
Shera. All versions.
The Shera Micah is iconic. I will accept that. So I will link everyone's TikTok and their social handles in the down little description bit on YouTube. Just so you guys can check them out. Please have a look. They do many other characters besides just their Shera ones. So we'll get going. I have a few questions. Would you guys like to start with the generic cosplay questions, or would you like to go for the characters first?
I think we should start with generic cosplay ones. Anyone else agree?
Yeah.
I think the Shera stuff will get very chaotic.
Yeah.
Build it up, you know?
Yeah. They're not ready for the chaos yet.
We shall start with the cosplay ones then. So first and foremost, why did you start cosplaying? So I'll mix up the thing a little bit. Alexia, did you want to start that one?
Sure. I actually started cosplaying when I was 13. But like, I don't know, it wasn't the level of cosplaying I do now. I was, as a lot of people are when they get into cosplay, I was a big Supernatural fan at the time. So I did the classic Castiel cosplay and went to London Comic-Con in a trench coat, and I lost interest after like a couple of years. But it was only like a twice a year thing. So I'd go to London MCM in a kind of shabby cosplay. But eventually exams got too much. But then, of course, lockdown happened. Yay! And I downloaded TikTok around the summer and was really into Avatar: The Last Airbender at the time. And I was looking through the tags and I was like, oh my God, people are cosplaying from this. Look, this looks cool. And my housemate had dumped a bunch of her old clothes she didn't want anymore. So I was like, I can cut these up. I can get into this. And that was where it all began.
There we go, admit.
My child.
There we go. We have Glimmer. Glimmer, fashionably.
My child.
Glimmer?
As always, I will blur the name for YouTube just because it has.
Glimmer, don't tell your mom. Don't tell your mom. She can't yell at you. She doesn't know.
We have Glimmer, fashionably late.
Sorry, I wish I had a good excuse, but I was making whipped coffee. So
Valid.
That's very TikTok of you.
Yeah, I love that.
It's the first time I've ever made it. It's good.
It's very satisfying.
Might make it for tomorrow. Have a go at it.
Nice. Right. So the first question we had was, why did you start cosplaying? So that was Alexia's answer. Let's go over to Gemma.
So I started well, it's thanks to Kirby's and Courtney really that I started cosplaying. So I started in September last year. Kirby had already been cosplaying for a while, and I know Kirby outside of cosplaying TikTok, so I know Kirby from uni. And I saw Kirby cosplaying, and I thought it'd be really good to do. So I got into it, and then I met Courtney. The first time I ever cosplayed and filmed was in my living room, and Kirby, who knew Courtney by then, had Courtney up on her laptop. So I cosplayed for the first time in front of Courtney, who had like 70,000 followers on TikTok. I'll tell you that. Absolutely terrified the first time I cosplayed. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. It was absolutely clear, as those two will both tell you. I was just like, Kirby, help. But yeah, and then it kind of went off from there, and then I've done. And I'm in the process of actually making my first costume from scratch. So
Lovely.
Like a proud mother.
You are very proud. It is like having a child grow up, and you're like,
Is that what they've come so far?
The emotional attachment is real.
Yeah.
legit. Okay, let's go over to Glimmer. Molly, why did you start cosplaying?
It's actually an interesting story how I started. So I met someone through doing princess party, because in high school someone was like, you could do princess parties, this is a thing. So I auditioned for it. I met a girl through there, and she was doing a Sailor Moon cosplay shoot. And I didn't know her very well. We weren't involved. I wasn't a part of it, but her Sailor Moon dropped out. And she was like, you know who's really nice? Molly. And so that was the first cosplay I ever did. And from then on, I just started making more cosplay friends, and it just kept going, and here we are.
I love that.
So cute.
Friends.
Let's move on over to EJ. Razz.
Okay. So I officially started cosplaying 3 years ago, but I've kind of always loved like embodying characters and doing really cool makeup and special effects kind of things. So like every Halloween growing up was basically a cosplay, but not officially. So 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I went to my first con. I didn't cosplay or anything. And I got there and I was like, this is so cool. Everyone's dressed up. Everyone's having a blast. I want to do that. Like, why have I never done this before? I'm an adult. Like, I can do that. I'm allowed. So I did. And the next year I started like actually getting into it, started doing my thing. And a friend of mine that I had grown up with was cosplaying, and we had reconnected recently, which was cool through cosplay. And she had this group. They were doing a Greatest Show Gems group for Steven Universe at a con, and I got to be a part of it, and I made a bunch of friends that way. And ever since then, it's just been like, yeah, I can be these characters and feel confident and like show my love for them. And I just think that's neat.
Yes. Okay. Law. Let's go on over to you, shall we?
Oh God, I started cosplaying back in 2011. I want to say, so it's been quite a while. It was honestly spur of the moment type thing. My first cosplay was a really bad L from Death Note, like heinous. Thankfully there are no photos, because I would probably just die of embarrassment right now. But it was horrendous. But yeah, it was, MCM October was my first con, and then I kind of dropped out of cosplay for a while, and then again, like a lot of people, this summer, like last summer, I started getting really back into it. So,
Oh. All right. I don't think I've asked Charley yet. Charley, do you want to?
Yeah.
Cosplay?
Well, like when I was little, I was obviously very, you when you're little, you dress up and you have a bit of fun, and then I went through like, because of school and all the pressures of that, you go through a bit where you're like, I'm too old to dress up now, but I really want to. And then I discovered cosplay, and I was like, no, I can still dress up. I'm never too old to do this. And that was like that moment of just like, I have power. I can do this. And that happened in about, I'm going to guess 2016.
Oh.
I was still in school, but I was in my last year, so it was big stressful year 11 year. And then I didn't actually go to my first con until like November 2017. And that was a very chaotic con. And since then it's just been great because we've been to cons, then lockdown happened and I've still been cosplaying and now I'm in the She-Ra group.
Yay! Sad.
I also do princesses.
Oh yeah, and the princesses. Can't forget the princesses.
No, definitely not.
Okay, Hale, why did you start cosplaying?
Well, actually, sort of like Alexia in a way. The first cosplay I ever did was a supernatural one.
Oh.
Yeah, this is when I was still in high school with a couple of my friends. We did just like a little casual gender bent supernatural photo shoot in her backyard. It was a good time. And then I didn't really cosplay for ages from then, and then, like a lot of people, lockdown came. I learnt to sew during that time, and then I also watched She-Ra, and I was like, you know what if I made that dress that Scorpia is wearing? That would be really cool. And I was originally only going to cosplay that outfit, but then I thought, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep making more things. And ended up making the whole shebang, and it's been a lot of fun. Started TikTok. It's all good things. I like that lockdown has sort of brought out some creativity in a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely can agree with you on that one. Okay, last but not least, Kirby.
Me. So I've been to a few cons with friends, not cosplaying, but just in general. And I was just seeing all these people dressing up, and I was like, this is so cool. I want to try. But these guys know, but I do quite a lot of sports and stuff, and at that sort of time, like, I started taking it seriously. So I just didn't have time to do it. So it was either school or training. And it wasn't until last year where I got injured and then lockdown and everything happened. So I was like, do you know what? Maybe I'll give cosplay a go. But I wasn't too sure. My friend, she's been trying to get me to do it for the past 8 years or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was still like, no, I don't know if I want to do this. But then I jumped onto one of Courtney's live streams, and convinced me from there. And then
I love that. I love the fact that that's got me in it too. I love that. We've been friends for a year, by the way. That's nuts. I've known you almost a year. Like, it's crazy. Wow. Okay. I know a few people have already answered this one, but what was your first cosplay that you ever done? So let's start with Glimmer.
So I know I mentioned technically the first actual good cosplay was the Sailor Moon one because I didn't make it. But like a lot of us, I did costumes in high school. Sorry if my cat meows, he's starting to scream.
We really love your cat though.
We love the cat.
But I also did, one day I'll show you the photos, but the Dean from Supernatural outfit, and that was my first real attempt at like cosplaying, and it was horrible. It was so bad. I used like coffee grinds as like my beard. It was horrible. One day I'll show you the photos.
Wait, how did you attach it?
I don't even remember.
Just like glue it on there? Do you just glue coffee?
We've had someone in this group cosplay every one of the main characters in Supernatural reunion shoots.
Oh no. Okay. So let's go to Alexia. I know you mentioned Supernatural as well, so let's just make it a little tag team of it.
Castiel Supernatural, not even a proper cos. Like, it was gender bent as well. It was just me with my natural hair, which was this but a bit longer, wearing a trench coat, not even wearing any makeup, but it was fun. I did that cosplay a few times at con, and I think I brought Hermione along one time as well. which again was just, I've just backcombed my hair and put on these Gryffindor robes I'd owned for years.
I mean, the classic for Hermione, make the hair as poofy as you possibly can. Okay, Gemma, let's go to you.
I mean, technically, it was Draco Malfoy, and literally all I did was I pulled my hair back like that and pushed that bit down and wore the Slytherin rose. But I'd say my first like proper one that I actually put effort into was Bellatrix, and it wasn't that good. Like, I've upgraded her since, and my original one, the wig, was awful. It actually got donated to a snowman eventually, the wig. But yeah, the wig was awful. The outfit wasn't too bad, but yeah, it wasn't the best, but it's been upgraded since. But yeah, so I guess technically my first one was Draco. Courtney was there for it.
I do remember that one very, very clearly. That was very good for your first, but you have definitely upgraded since, and it's been so good to see your progress from the very beginning. It's as I said, little like child proud mom moment.
My TikTok cosplay mentors.
Okay, EJ, what was your first cosplay?
Okay, so technically, like, this wasn't me being like, I'm going to do cosplay now, but technically the first cosplay I wore to a con was a closet version, a femme closet version of Frisk from Undertale. But the first time I put effort into it, I did 3 cosplays, like, for the weekend. So I did Fiona the Human, Stevani from Steven Universe, and Marceline the Vampire Queen. Stevani and Fiona turned out okay. Marceline was my first time doing body paint at a con, and it was atrocious, and y'all will see the pictures later because I'm upgrading her literally today. So I will show you guys.
Yes.
The only picture I have is me with Spider-Man, but that's what I got.
I love that. That's great. Okay, Charley.
So my first cosplay, not including any cons, just genuine cosplay, it was Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. I discovered the anime in secondary school. We went a bit mad over it, me and my friends, and I was the Eren of the group. And my mum had actually bought me a wig for Christmas, which was pretty cool. And then the jacket never turned up, and we had to order a second one, which is a bit annoying, but, you know, it happens. And eventually that arrived as well. And somewhere in the depths of my Instagram is my very first Eren Yeager cosplay, where I didn't understand wig styling. I didn't understand makeup. I was like very much blob of eyeliner, just blob like that, and then that was it. That was perfect makeup at the time. But in the half term shortly after, I then did a Titan makeup, which didn't turn out that bad, to be fair. Like, I'm sure it'd be better if I did it again, but it wasn't terrible. For a first, it wasn't the worst thing. It did take me 5 hours, but that's not the point.
Oh my god.
And then my first actual cosplay at a Comic-Con was Lance McLean from Voltron. Very chaotic. Very fun.
Okay, Law, what was yours? I think I know yours, but go ahead.
Well, technically, my first cosplay was from a Shonen Ai called Gravitation. It was a crossplay, but that was awful. My friend had made me the costume. It honestly fell apart after like 2 wears. It was so rushed. We did it together, but oh goodness me, this cosplay, like I said, was Elle from Death Note. Again, very bad. I will do Elle again eventually, but but the first one I'd ever really put major effort in was Krista from Attack on Titan.
Nice. Okay, Hale, I know, again, you've already mentioned Supernatural, so go ahead.
It was technically the first. And then I had like a one-off group cosplay of Les Mis in 2017 for a con, which was really fun. And then my first one that I actually put effort into and everything was Scorpia. Yes. It's been a journey. Long gaps in between all this.
Okay, and Kirby.
Well, technically, my first one was actually in it was like 5 years ago. It was for like a uniform day at school, and I decided to make an Ash Ketchum Pokemon jacket. So I guess that's technically my first one. But if we're going by what I consider my actual first cosplay, it was actually Adora from She-Ra, because I just finished She-Ra at the time, and I was like, I need to be this person.
Of course, it's going to be a She-Ra's character. I love that.
I really love how everyone is just starting with technically.
Every time someone says technically, except don't take a shot because this is a live stream.
Yeah.
Take a shot of water.
Yeah, we don't condone drinking excessively. I'm looking at you, Alexia.
Cacti juice.
Dorian, normally.
Okay, let's jump over to AU or canon. Kirby, I'm going to start with you.
AU or canon?
Canon.
For cosplays?
Yeah, so do you prefer doing like alternate universes for a character, or do you prefer to stick to their canon?
Oh,
curveball.
Because for me, it kind of like depends. So the ones with like the She-Ra stuff, I try to make mine like as canon as possible. But then if I go into like my Dragon Prince one, I have so much fun with my modern AU of Callum. Like I can't. So I like for the most part, it's probably like I have more fun with the more canon stuff. But like the odd characters, like AUs.
But technically, all the stuff you do for Finn, like, is sort of
kind of
AU anyway, because there's only sort of canon design anyway.
Yeah.
So all the videos you do are technically an AU.
Yeah, well, no one knows what Finn's actual personality is. It's just the fandom collectively decided that they're super chaotic.
Yeah.
I stand by them being like a drama kid and like as chaotic as possible. I stand by this.
Definitely.
DT has influenced, obviously.
Yeah, that DT influence.
Okay, Hale, AU or canon?
Well, usually when I'm looking to cosplay a character for the first time, I'll go for canon, I'd say. Just because I really like picking characters with designs that I really like. If I've done the canon version, I do like to explore AU stuff as well. But I would or come up with my own designs and change it from what is like technically canon, especially if it's something like where there's a live action movie. Like I have a Bellatrix cosplay and it doesn't look anything like the Harry Potter movies of Bellatrix, but I just wanted to do it my own way. I think that's also a fun thing to be able to do with cosplay. Make it your own.
Law, what about you? AU or canon?
There's good things about both. I mean, you're starting off on a cosplay canon, but if there's some like really good AU designs out, definitely. Like Hordadora.
Yes.
Yes.
That's definitely been one I've noticed a big incline with that one lately. Definitely. 100%.
We love Hordadora.
EJ, AU or canon?
I think pretty much what Hale said. Like they hit it right on the head. Like I'll do canon first because like that's something concrete that I can see and like base things off of if I'm like not super comfy with what I'm doing yet. And then once I'm more comfortable in that character, it's like, okay, I can make this my own. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Charley, same question.
I think it just depends on the situation, because with my princesses, I like to make them as canon as I possibly can. I mean, obviously, it's not always possible to make them completely canon, but as canon as I can go, to the point where I actually wore like proper bloomers underneath Anna's dress.
Wow, that's sheer dedication.
It was me going a little bit mad. But I did do her for like a few princess events and community festivals before COVID, so I felt it worked well for that. But I also love doing AUs. One of my favourites that I did is a royal AU of Lance from Voltron.
Yeah.
And I wrote like an entire plot line. It started off as like a random role play with my friend, and then it just sort of spiraled a bit into an actual full-on plotline story writing thing that happened.
Wow.
And then I cosplayed it because it was cool.
That's crazy.
So I do like the AUs because I also like making OCs and stuff as well. It's very fun. So AUs are definitely fun, and especially because I cosplay Micah. Like his adult Micah, he is there, but when he's younger, I still want to know how Angie and Micah met. And
Yeah.
at the moment, I'm just left with my own brain for that. So that's how that one be.
Yeah, we need a She-Ra movie, people. No,
We do. I want to know how they met.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I want more young Micah, please, and
I
thank
just want
you.
like some prequel comics and some sequel comics. I don't care about comics that happened during the time period of the show.
I just want baby Micah back. I love him. He's pure.
I want to see what happened at the Dolphin Social, as I've mentioned.
Yes.
Like,
Okay, let's go to Molly. AU or canon?
I think in terms of my cosplays, I agree with Charley with the princessing. Like the princessing really kind of trains you to do canon cosplays because you have to be as realistic as possible, and you have
Children
to know
notice
all
everything.
you have to know all the trivia and stuff too. Sorry, my cats are just. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
But I think because I'm so used to that, it's really hard for me to do AUs for my cosplay. Like in terms of like role play and fan fiction, I'm all for AUs, trust me. And I love it when other people cosplay AUs. I think I just need to get out of my comfort zone in order to do that.
It can be a lot of preparation for AUs. I think it's quite easy to join one that's already been started, but to actually develop one by yourself takes a lot of prep work.
Yeah.
Same with OCs. You have to have a backstory. You have to
World
have
building.
Everything is truly crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Alexia, AU or canon?
I am a bit like insecure about people recognizing my cosplays, so I do tend to go to canon. I need to make them accurate so people know who they are. That being said, I've got so comfortable doing Perfuma specifically that I have done a lot of AU stuff for her. I've done chipped Perfuma. I've done quite a few of her canon outfits, but now I'm planning on doing 3 more AU versions of her.
Yes.
Love that.
Nice.
And I think the reason I'd be comfortable doing it with her specifically is because she's sort of one that people are like, yeah, Alexia does a lot of Perfuma, so they'll know who I'm doing when I do AUs of her.
Yeah. Oh god, sorry. I'm so sorry. My throat is all funny today. Okay, and last but not least, Gemma, AU or canon?
I mean, I guess I try to be canon, but I do so many minor characters, like extremely minor characters, that it's just very difficult to stay canon. So, I do, obviously, Baker to start with. Baker's in, 5 minutes of the entire show. I do Maripe Gaunt from Harry Potter, who is also... Well, she's not even in the film. Lily Luna Potter, Harry Potter's daughter, so I have an AU for Lily Luna Potter, where she's a Death Eater. Well, like a next-gen Death Eater. So I do that because I think that's my issue, is my characters are so small. There's very little canon information on them. So I guess I kind of like that. That's why I do a lot of the minor characters, because you have kind of the canon beginning. You have the basis of the character, but you can also build on it yourself and build on the AU bits of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your situation is very much like how Kirby does Finn. We have we know a little bit about them, but in terms of how they actually we have absolutely no clue.
Yeah,
so
pretty
you
much
have to
all
kind
of my
of,
characters.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of
how can
build
we
up.
forget Horsey?
Oh yeah, I also do Horsey from
Horsey.
She-Ra. So Horsey is pre-Swiftwind, and it's thanks to Courtney and Kirby that I do it, because they suggested it as a joke and it became a thing. So I do Horsey pre-Swiftwind.
Reason to
So
do
that's,
cosplay. It starts as a joke and then...
Yeah, truly.
So that's a whole thing, which obviously no information on. I think there's about 2 of my characters that are probably in their respective show book for more than about 5 minutes.
Right. I'm gonna throw you guys in the deep end a little bit.
Oh
What
no.
is pet peeve? All I heard was oh no. What is your biggest pet peeve within cosplay? So this can be whether it's something about filming or whether it's comments, anything you like. Let me know when you have one because I don't want to put anyone on the spot.
Got one.
Okay, Gemma,
Yeah.
you ask, go.
Gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping, yep.
Oh, yeah.
In general, like you get so many comments. Oh, you don't look like the character, or they wouldn't
God,
do
yeah.
that. They wouldn't do. Especially like I mainly cosplay from the Harry Potter fandom, and there is so much gatekeeping in the Harry Potter fandom. Like you don't look like you're a Slytherin, or you don't look like this. You don't. Well, especially when I first started Bellatrix, because it wasn't the best cosplay in the world. I used to get so many hate comments of people gatekeeping my cosplay, and I think what people don't understand, because a lot of mine was younger viewers,
Yeah.
and I think what a lot of the younger viewers don't understand is that cosplay isn't necessarily there to make the character exactly to the point the same as the character in the show. I think that's an important point of cosplay that we have to share, is that cosplay is just for fun and not to
Definitely.
stuff identical.
Does anyone else have?
I have a load.
Go ahead. shoot.
I'll be nice.
Be
I
nice.
was like, right, let me get out my list.
Just a big roll comes down.
Just drops to the floor.
When you get comments, if you're known for skirting characters and you get those type of comments, when are we getting so and so again, or those type of
Yeah.
or if you cosplay a specific character and they'll comment leaving, oh, you should cosplay this and this. Those are the two that really bug me the most.
Yeah.
But it's the people that are clearly trying to get into the cosplay thing just for the notoriety and everything. It's like, if that is your main goal, you're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be a lot.
That's not the side of TikTok cosplaying that's going to get you famous. I mean, that's not the side of TikTok that's going to get you famous, because cosplay is not what is popular on the app.
No.
Exactly. It's more popular because we're amazing, but
I think we all agree on that one, that TikTok does currently hate cosplayers with the algo right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any other ones that they can think of?
I have one.
Yep, go ahead.
I find it really annoying when you get cosplay and non-cosplayers and people commenting and they're going, oh, well, you should get a better wig, you should get a better this, and they just assume that you have infinite money.
Yeah.
Cosplay is a really expensive hobby. Even if you tried to keep it to just closet cosplay, it still isn't penniless. And people go, oh, you can't use your real hair for that character. Yes, you can. I mean, I'll be using my own hair for Charlotte LaBeouf when I get around to doing her, because I don't see the point in buying myself a short blonde wig if I've already got short blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And if someone goes, oh, but it's not quite blonde enough. Yeah, I'm not a money bag. So no cosplayers should be forced into, like, when cosplay, and same with what Laura said with the, you should cosplay this character. If you're not into the character, you're not going to spend your hard-earned money on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
sometimes just tell your followers to buy it for you then, if they want it so badly.
Yeah.
Like, here's my wish list. You get it.
You should cosplay. If they're like doing it in a rude way and saying you should, like, I've seen a lot of really big cosplayers get comments like, when you're doing this character, you'd see me workable. But sometimes I've had people be like, you'd make a really good version of this character, and I've been like, oh, actually I could. Like, someone
you do consider it. It's
someone nice said you'd make a really good Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle, and now she's on my cosplay list.
Just don't be an idiot about it, and we like you. That's just the simple rule.
Yeah.
But sadly, social media, as great as it is, does give people a platform to go a little bit feral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that feral. Hey, does anyone have any others? Because I'll shoot another question. Alexia?
Well, obviously the main ones are like racism, fat phobia and stuff in the community. But another one, which I had a lot in the early days, I was making armor out of cardboard, and people were tagging really big cosplayers who did the same character and did like really professional looking versions of the character, like she's better than you. And I was like, I know, I'm literally just here making this out of cardboard. Why are you needing to? So yeah, like comparing people. Well, I've got a friend who's people keep accusing her of copying this one really big cosplayer just because they both have tattoos and are doing the same character. You guys all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Stop comparing people.
The thing is, people forget that people have to start somewhere when it comes to making things like their props and stuff. Everything starts from like somewhere. It's not automatically going to be amazing with Ava foam or whatever. It's they forget that.
Yeah. Yeah, because like people start like, because as soon as people start like comparing, going, oh, this cosplay's not as good as this cosplayer, that's when it starts making like a competition almost.
Yeah.
It's like in this group alone, so many of us cosplay like Adora. It's but like, so like none of us have like a problem with anyone doing like what you can do whatever cosplay you want. But it's like
exactly
saying, oh, so and so does this better than you. Yeah, so when people start getting a competition almost, and it's like, I'm just here vibing, making my cosplays in my bedroom. You know, broke uni student. Leave me be.
Okay. Molly, did you have one, or if am I? Yeah. Okay. Fabulous. Do you want to?
So Alexia did mention it. It is fat phobia or body shaming.
Yes.
As a plus size person, I get that a lot. A friend of mine actually recently got a ton of really horrible comments on one of her Instagram photos of things like, I don't remember this character looking like a whale and things like that. And like cosplay, it shouldn't matter whether your body type resembles that of the character or not. Like you shine, you do whatever's going to make you feel comfortable. And like last night I posted on my story about like whether or not I should do a more risque cosplay. And a lot of people were supporting me and saying, yeah, but I did have a couple people on there say, maybe you shouldn't because of your body size. And that hurts.
That's horrible.
Oh,
that's my biggest pet peeve.
I completely agree. I get the same thing. I've had loads of comments on mine, like chubby Bellatrix, fat Bellatrix, and comments like that.
It's horrible. And the thing
I get fat Peridot.
As much as they're like, some of them aren't cosplayers, some of them are. And that
makes it worse.
Yeah.
Worse. They should know.
I've had it when I cosplayed Sailor Moon, and I know now Code draws Sailor Moon very slim. That's her drawing style, but Sailor Moon's meant to be in what they call tubby. That's what she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So like that was one of the first things I said. Clearly, you haven't read the info. Sailor Moon is tubby, but it shouldn't matter anyway.
At the end of the day, the character's not real.
Exactly.
I'm also going to say this now. Often the drawing styles, if you look at like the waist of some of these characters, if you were that thin in real life, you would be in very serious danger.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Very much like the whole Disney princess. There's so many Disney princesses.
Yeah.
I mean, Moana is considered the chubby princess, yet she's probably the healthiest body type.
Yeah.
And they slimmed her down in Wreck-It Ralph too, which drove me insane.
Yeah, they've done quite a lot in Wreck-It Ralph too. We won't speak about that. That's fine.
I've actually got one, if I can jump off.
That's cool. Fine.
Like, so mine is like gatekeeping, whether it be fat phobia, racism, transphobia, xenophobia, what have you. But more specifically, it's when people use canon as a compliment, because typically only people who are white and skinny get that compliment, and people of color, fat people, like, who don't get those compliments. And it's like something that's meant well, that people do like really well intended, but it just kind of sucks because people who cosplay do a great job cosplaying certain characters will never get that compliment, and that's not cool.
I think it especially bothers me because I've cosplayed a couple characters like from the Avatar universe who obviously aren't white because no one in that universe is white. And like I've gotten a comment like IRL or canon and stuff, and I always like, no, I'm really not. And the fact is that like cosplayers of color and stuff, they often don't get comments like that as much, or don't get as much attention on their cosplays, and it really bothers me. If you want to see cosplayers who are canon, not that that is like a pursuit that everyone has to go through, then I feel like a lot of people are just sleeping on these really amazing cosplayers.
Yeah, and you see like on black cosplayers who do like anime characters or characters from Avatar, people say this character isn't black, and I'm just sitting there like, they're not white either, but you're calling us who are doing them canon.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah,
like, and that's the tea.
That is the truth right there. Spitting facts.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. I think cosplayers majority, I'm not going to say everyone because we all know there is the odd few, I think most cosplayers do recognize the issues of pointing out things like that with saying like, oh well, this character's not this, blah blah. I think the cosplay community are very good for pointing out things like this. Just unfortunately, a lot of the people who follow us sometimes don't quite realize it can be very harming for those people. And it can, I've actually seen a few people where they've had so many comments, oh well, this character isn't this character isn't that color, that blah blah blah, that they've actually quit cosplay, which has really hurt my heart because
that's awful.
Yeah, it is.
Their content was so good and they've just ended up selling everything because they're like, I really enjoyed cons, but doing it for TikTok for me, just I'm getting too many things saying, oh well, X character isn't fat, or this character isn't black, this character isn't this one, blah, you know, like
and it's like they're stating it as if they didn't know, and it's just like, well, it's
just maybe a generalization, but I find it's more younger people on TikTok that make those comments.
I would agree.
And I think that's the main issue, is there's a lot of younger people who need educating in things like that, and that they just see something and they just go straight, oh that's not right, you're not that, and they don't understand like the deep bits behind it. And because I find lots of my comments like that, especially the like fat shaming ones, when I click on their profile, or any hate I get, because some of you know I've been subject to quite a lot of hate in the past, and every time I'll click on their profile and it will be someone who shouldn't even be on TikTok going by their age. And I think that's the main issue. I guess that's another pet peeve. Young children.
Unless they are
9-year-olds off TikTok, like
child.
Unless they are very, very looking younger than their age. But how often do you really think that's happening when you see these children like? And the thing is, often their content, like when you go on your For You page and you get some of the really toxic content, it's like, what I eat in a day, and you sat there thinking, that's not enough. That's not enough.
It's weird. I think it's
really bad.
I think a lot of people forget that I actually Googled this. Now, according to internet guidelines, and within TikTok itself, any platform, if you have over 100,000 followers, you are classed as an influencer. So you can actually put that down as part of a job, because technically you can start making money from that. Now, what I think a lot of people don't realize is that when it comes to being an influencer, there's a reason why it's called influencer, because people are watching. If you are suggesting, example, contact lenses that companies are known for not being very good quality, and if people are advertising those, or they're advertising some kind of unhealthy lifestyle in something, that's still influencing their audience, which is therefore causing issues for especially the younger ones, because they are so easily influenced. Seeing, oh well,
emergency charging,
or I see this person doing this, that means it's fine for me to do, and it is not. I think, unfortunately, and it's not.
And sadly, for some of these, it does put them in danger. So for things like eye contact, you've only got one pair of eyes.
Yes. Definitely. Look after them.
Yeah.
Or you'll have Laura after you.
Yeah, Law will personally come and find you.
And
rightly
will
so.
manifest.
Like, rightly so.
And if you're not making wig soup, you have Courtney coming after you as well.
Hey man, wig soup is a delicacy.
It is.
Right.
Size of a bathtub.
You throw some like nice little colours in there, a little bit of purple, a little bit of blue. It just makes it 10 times better.
In the bath of all
Yeah,
places.
just
Sometimes a little fabric
Whole bath.
softener just to freshen it up.
Right, okay. I am going to... We have a few more minutes until like half time because I want to try and equal it out roughly. Last little question, if we do tips for new cosplayers. So you don't have to list anything. If you just have one, that's fine. Does anyone have one they want to begin with? Hale, let's go over to you.
I think the thing that would have been most helpful to me when I first started is don't worry if you don't think you have the skill to do it. Just try it anyway. And like, if you see someone doing something that's like classed as, you know, it's a bit more advanced or something, just try it anyway. Just give it a go and you'll be surprised what you're actually able to do. Like, I made my Scorpia pincers and they're the first time I ever used foam or anything. And like, I actually managed to do that and I was really, really proud of it.
They're amazing, honestly. Like, I would never have guessed if you turned around to me and said, oh, they were the first things I ever made. I would actually pee my pants because they are so unbelievably good.
They are.
Like, I can't even do that now after like nearly a year of cosplaying. Can we just appreciate like how far some of us have come in such a short amount of time? I just want to pinpoint everyone.
Just think of the first cosplay you ever technically did.
Technically's back.
Technically.
Can we just not remember those?
Yeah. I mean,
like,
y'all see my door
do.
on the way.
And like, even if it is the, you know, a closet cosplay or something, just like look at what you actually already have at your disposal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anyone else have Alexia? Seen your hand raised very quick.
I have like two little ones. I say closet cosplay is always a good place to start, seeing what you can do with what you have. A lot of my early cosplays I made purely out of stuff I had, and then I decided I wanted to upgrade them a little bit. The other one is like, go for the characters you really feel enthusiastic about cosplaying rather than the ones that like you think will get you more, because you want to enjoy it. You really want to enjoy it, and it just brings you so much happiness when you do ones you enjoy.
I think a lot of us
tell
have
when
some
someone
characters that
doesn't.
often like don't do so well, but like we just love them.
Yeah.
You can tell in the videos when someone's not really enjoying themselves. It just comes across.
Yeah.
Anyone else have a tip? Gemma?
Don't compare yourself to other cosplayers, especially if you're just starting out. Because you're just starting out, you're not necessarily going to be up there with people who've been cosplaying for years. And it's important to not compare, because you'll probably get to that level eventually, but it's going to take time. And plus, your cosplay is going to be just as good because it's something you've put together yourself. Like it was said, as we said earlier, we all look back on our first cosplays. We were probably really proud of them when we first did them. And I think that's the important thing, is just take pride in what you've done, and you can always improve it later on. If there's something you're not happy with, but don't compare yourself to other people, because then you'll never be happy with it.
Yeah.
Any other tips that we've not had yet? EJ?
Don't compare yourself to the character itself. Like, don't pick someone you think you look like as opposed to someone who would make you happy to be. Like, pick your favorite character. Pick the character you're enthusiastic about, like Alexia said. And like, don't worry about if you look enough like them. Like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
And it kind of just
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Molly?
Something that I definitely would have told my younger self is bought cosplays are just as good as made cosplays, because not everybody has the funds or the ability or the means, like if they don't have a sewing machine, to make cosplays. And like for myself, I'm like I lack spatial awareness. So like I can't do patterns. It just I get so like shapes don't work for me. But I'm getting better at like wig stuff. So I pride myself on the wigs as opposed to the costumes. But you can still buy costumes and it doesn't make your play any less valuable.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Charley, can see your hand going up.
Hello. The one thing I would say, linking to the buying one, is always shop around. Don't just go on the internet, find a random cosplay and go, I'll get that one. Look at different places. Because if they have pictures in their review section, even better.
Yeah.
And certain stores, they do it for different rates. Now, often with some costumes, particularly princesses, you do get what you pay for. In saying that, my Anna dress I wasn't expecting the quality of my Anna dress to be that good for the price I got it at. So sometimes taking a risk is also good. But also if you're making your cosplay, if it sounds completely outrageous, like as a way to make, like say you've got a stiff shape.
Yeah.
Sometimes thinking out of the box works. For my Micah, he has these little shoulder pad things. It's literally Everfoam wrapped around a headband, like a metal one of these.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it does the job, but you wouldn't really think to just go and buy a load of these, decapitate the bows off them, and this one's absolutely broken, by the way. Like, put them on your shoulders, but it works, and surprisingly, it's quite comfortable. It's a bit stiff, but it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
Think out the box. It sometimes works really well, and I have my dad to thank for some of the ideas of like, my dad's got really good spatial awareness, and so don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not weakness to go, I'm struggling with this, you're good at this, help.
Yeah.
Ask other cosplayers too, like on lives. Go on other cosplayers' lives. Ask some questions. I mean, I asked Courtney so many and Kirby so many questions when I first started. I was permanently on messages to Courtney going and Kirby going, well, what do I do? How do I do this? What do I do now? And even now, because I'm making my costume for the first time from scratch, and I haven't used a sewing machine in about 6 years. I'm permanently on the Weira group chat going, how do I do this? Well, what should I do for this?
Yeah.
But
it's good though.
Yeah, because like you can always learn, no matter how much you think you know, you can always like learn more. So like there's been times where Gemma's on, I don't know, I'm gonna ask Courtney. And then Courtney teaches me, and then I have to teach Gemma. Like, you know, it's all about sharing the skills. And
everyone has different skills.
Yeah, 100%.
I have another quick one.
Yes, fire away.
AliExpress has some hidden gems, so long as you look at the reviews.
And Depop.
Always look at the reviews. But you can get
I don't know if Depop is international, but Depop.
Yes, Depop.
But yeah, like you can get some amazing finds for really cheap. It's hard to find plus size costumes on AliExpress, I'll be honest. But when you do find them, they're hidden gems. Yeah. So good of a website, but always check the reviews.
And often people leave pictures, which is great.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually got my Beastars Haru uniform from AliExpress. Now, when I was ordering it, I was like, I do not have faith in this. There was the odd photo review that I was like, okay, this looks decent. Because it was so cheap, I was like, right, if it doesn't arrive or it doesn't fit, it's fine. I can fix this. It's fine. Then it's arrived and it's weirdly very, very good. Like, need to wear something underneath. It is a little bit see-through in places, but it's very good. What I paid.
That's me with my Anna dress.
Yes.
There are also cosplay resale groups on Facebook. There are specifically plus size cosplay resale groups, which are a really great resource.
I gotta check that out. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I should have expected it, but I didn't know.
They go fast. Like people post stuff, and like a bunch of people want things, and they go fast. You got to be like on it, but they're there, and they're pretty great.
Okay. Should we go on to character fire round? How are you guys feeling?
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Who wants to
Go
go
for
a
it.
2-minute
Break to go to
alive?
the bathroom.
That's fine. Pee break. So whilst Hale is doing that, I will just fire some questions. I won't ask every single one of you just while she's gone. And we'll just quickly do a quick fire round. So sewing or buying cosplays? If anybody wants to, has a preference.
Both? You can do the sewing, great.
Recently sewing, but before then it was buying bits of costumes and putting them together. But recently with my Queen Glimmer, it's sewing, and I quite like the sewing. So I probably from now on it'll be sewing, depending on how complicated the costume is, because I'm planning to do Anna at some point, and that will not be sewed.
Yeah. Okay. Law, I think I seen your hand go up. Sewing or buying?
Both could be good depending on
Agreed.
your level.
Yep. Any Alexia?
Sorry. I'm a combo, like Law said. I buy little bits for that I think could work, and then all of them, add them together. It's really fun, but it doesn't put too much pressure on to like make the whole outfit. I'd love to be able to do that, but I don't have a sewing machine. I hand sew everything.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think.
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
I think as well, like some costumes you actually can't buy because the character's either just that. It's either brand new or the character's just that much of a side character that nobody actually makes anything for them.
Yeah.
But I think it works to do a bit of both, because there is no way in high heaven I would ever be able to make a Belle ball gown, Anna's coronation dress, Cinderella, stuff like that. I mean, probably in a many years down the line.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then there's like characters that I'm giving it a go, and I'm trying to find the simplest way to do it. 6 cosplayers are the biggest one for that.
Yeah. I've seen people hand make, like, especially Anne Boleyn, I think, has been the number one I've seen.
I will be on that pile soon.
I'm enlisting my grandma's help with Anne Boleyn because, God, I cannot do that.
It's crazy what I've seen people like.
I really need that skirt is wild.
It's nuts.
And then Aragon. I want to do Catherine of Aragon as well, and I'm so intimidated by that costume.
Yeah. Quick fire. Just one quick answer. No explanation needed. What is your dream cosplay? Dream cosplay.
Hermione.
You have all of the budget in the world, and you can either get this tailor-made for you, or you have also all of a sudden have the most magical abilities in the world to quickly fire something up. Dream cosplay, go.
Buckbeak, Twin Dragon 2.
Wait, hold on. We had Buckbeak, and what did you say?
I want to do a group with Kyogre, Rayquaza, and Groudon from Hoenn Pokemon as ball gowns. But Rayquaza's would be Rayquaza, and Kyogre would be gowns, and Groudon would be a suit.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds really cool.
I need that in my life.
That sounds amazing.
Cool.
I stand by mine. It's always going to be the same thing, and it's Yule Ball Hermione, because that dress is impossible to make.
It's beautiful, though.
Blue or pink?
I think because of my skin tone, I would do pink. I know the blue is canon for the books, but I just love the look of the pink one so much.
And also, like, fuck what J.K. Rowling says. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Great.
He's
irrelevant now.
Beep J.K. Rowling.
What a great one to start with.
I mean, that's fine.
I think that one should be allowed because it's true.
You get one in PG-13, right?
I'll just do like a gigantic like poop emoji on YouTube as you say that. Like,
oh yeah, Mira is a not supporting J.K. Rowling zone.
yeah.
Okay. Anyone else have their dream cosplay?
I've kind of done mine.
Yeah.
I have 2. Can I say 2?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Arwen from Lord of the Rings in that red and blue dress, you know that scene where she like drops the book on the floor? That one's
Yep.
so
Oh my God.
good. I want
Yes.
that just made especially for me.
Oh my God.
And 2 would be Jareth from Labyrinth, but in the masquerade scene with the blue suit.
Yes.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very good. Very choice.
My 2, I've got 2. Mine would be Nightwing from like the DC comics, because I want to make like cool like armor and stuff, and Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon 2, because that outfit is.
It's so good.
Yes.
I could
Although
see
I'm better at cosplaying dudes for some reason, so
It's a
that's
good
the
time.
I'm with now.
I think I've got 3 now. Because like I did most of my main, like if I want to do a cosplay, I'll usually just save up and do it. So Cinderella, Coronation Anna, all that sort of stuff.
Most of which you already
But exactly. But Seraphine from More, KDA More, Akali from KDA Pop Stars, and Elphaba's like ending dress, the really like the one that she wears in No Good Deed is just yes, I want, please.
That's amazing.
One day.
Anyone else have?
I think I've
yours,
got a
Courtney?
few as well, but they I just thought of them right now. People here, everyone here knows I'm obsessed with this show called Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and there are so many musical numbers in it. And the main character, Rebecca, who I'm planning to cosplay at some time, there are some outfits I don't think I'll be able to manage for her, but if I could, then I'd have either her dress from The Math of Love Triangles, or her dress from, okay, I'm not gonna swear, I'm just gonna, from You Stupid Bee.
Oh, okay.
Or my other one is I guess Meg from Hercules, who I know Courtney also really wants to do. She's my favorite Disney princess, and she's beautiful, and I love her.
I love how much overlap you guys have in characters you want to cosplay. It's really cute.
Yeah.
I blame Haley, aka Spinnerella, in the group, who I hope one day will come on here with us. Because she's obviously a cosplay wife. She said she's doing Hercules, so I was like, right, okay, well, Meg's back on my cos plans for this year.
That's awesome. Nice. Can I do one? Can I do the muses?
I said I do
5 of them.
I said I do Phil.
Yes.
Please.
I'll do Panic because that just fits.
I've never seen Hercules, so I don't know.
Right.
Hey, you've got to do Hades.
Okay, I'll be the Hades. I'll do it.
Right.
Get after this one.
I'll either be Pain or Phil. I'll either be one of them.
Jenna has to do Pegasus.
Yes.
Yes.
For anyone who is not aware, Jenna cosplays Swiftwind within our group. Highly.
She's been typecast as a horse now.
Yeah, she will only be cosplaying horses from now on. So if you have any suggestions of horse characters, please type them in the comments.
Thestral. She could do Thestral from Harry Potter.
Yes. We will pass them on. Sorry, Jenna.
Hey,
if you watch
cosplay
this.
Elsa. That's my dream cosplay here.
Courtney, you do Spirit Elsa. Gemma can be Knock, the water horse.
Yes.
Do it.
Jenna, you're being my water nook now, okay? Just in case you're watching, let me know. Start painting yourself white and blue, thank you. Did Law? I don't think have you said your dream cosplay?
I haven't. I mentioned it to you before though. It's Sue from an old Clamp manga called Clover.
Mm-hmm.
It's very steampunk, like she has like very steampunk wings. Stunning.
Nice.
If anyone needs to look it up. It's gorgeous. It's by Clamp. Same creator as Podcast Sakura. So.
Lovely. Right. Okay. I'm gonna move us on to Shira round. Since we're all Shira squad here.
Getting my plant golem.
So we'll do the same as before. I will be asking you stuff about your character and then a who is more likely to round. Viewers, if you would like to put in anything for the guys as well, feel free. I will reiterate since they can't actually see the comments right now. And also Jenna has just messaged me saying, well, cool, well, I guess I'm Pegasus now.
I just need to have a moment for that.
That's amazing.
Just put that out there just whilst we're on here. Sorry, Jenna. I love you.
Not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so we'll do the same as before. So if anyone has an answer, just pop your hand up and I'll just quickly go with whatever I can see first on my screen. Okay, so this one's debatable. So who would be the next She-Ra, or if Adora wasn't She-Ra in the first place, who would be She-Ra and why? Gemma, I seen yours go up very fast.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's got to be Swiftwind. I mean, just one, Swiftwind's already like half She-Ra because they've already got the magical sacred bond. So they already know what it is to be She-Ra because they feel it for Adora. So
true.
And plus, I mean, Swiftwind, they can fly. That's got to be like an added skill to make them She-Ra.
Luscious glowing hair as well. The luscious glowing hair comes in.
I just feel like it's a good choice.
Anyone else have a different answer other than Swiftwind? I'm just going to watch everyone's hands go down. EJ.
Lonnie.
I like that.
All of the headcanon.
I like this.
Because Adora was supposed to be a person of color and DreamWorks said no. So people have been doing a lot of art of Lonnie as She-Ra, and I've fallen in love with it.
I love that.
It's
I'm
very
already
good
in love with
headcanon.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, me too.
I love Lonnie.
I didn't know that about She-Ra.
Yeah. Okay, it's because they said no because they needed to keep it is kind of what they did with the 80s in terms of design.
Yeah.
That's why.
I can see that, like, why they've stuck with it. It still would have been nice. I've seen quite a few people say that it would have been nice to have She-Ra as a person of colour. But I think
that's why they made Mara originally. I think that was probably what they did with Mara's design originally. May have been what she had planned to do with Adora.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. I do love the fan art of Adora being black. It's really cute.
Is
this is supposed to be like white Latina still anyway.
That's Catra.
No. The voice
Adora
actor for Adora is Latina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
the voice
Adora's
actor is, but the
now I remember saying something Adora's like white Latina.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't read that. That's cool. Alexia.
Sierra, Princess of the Ocean.
Good answer.
I knew that was I should have anticipated that one.
I mean, it works really well.
Charley, I can see your hand up.
Just saying, Micah looked very good as She-Ra. Just putting it out there.
Wrong.
You make a good point.
Not wrong.
Putting it out there.
it's a good argument.
Michael was the original She-Ra cosplayer.
Really was.
Yes.
The OG.
The OG.
You know that.
I was saying the other week, She-Ra characters who would wear the maid dress, and Micah was the first. Well, Swiftwind was the first one I said.
Does anyone else have a who would be the next She-Ra? Law, I can see you.
Yeah. I like the kind of idea of role reversal, so Catra.
Oh yeah, I've seen quite a lot of fan arts of that lately. Actually, saying that.
I like the idea of the role reversal, but like, if we could have Horde Adora, what if it was Catra that found the sword instead?
But if Catra got like any credit for anything she did, then she'd be such a different character, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, for
definitely.
sure.
Okay, Molly.
So because he can't be He-Man, I'm gonna say Kyle.
Yes!
I was going to say, if no one had said Kyle, I am standing up for Kyle as She-Ra, because if he can't be He-Man, he needs something. Like,
Agreed. I discard my answer and I take Kyle.
No, I stick with Swiftwind.
Kyle and She-Ra.
Kyle as She-Ra. I mean, he's already blonde. It will work perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
He might have to grow his hair and be like, who?
Luscious locks.
I also think he'd have such a good journey as like learning to be like this hero character.
Yeah, because
He's always pushed down.
Adora was already quite beefy and already quite jockey, and then she was just kind of enhanced that, so she's like enjoying it. Having Kyle being like noodle arms to like beefcake would be great. I would personally.
Captain America.
And like everyone always pushed him down. It was always Kyle's fault.
But damn
So
it, Kyle.
suddenly it wouldn't be his fault. Depending on how She-Ra went, it could be. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd finally have a chance to prove himself, and I reckon even though there'd be a load of knockdowns on the way, 'cause no job's easy, I reckon he'd actually do it really well.
He really would, honestly. I think you'd, as previously mentioned, the journey of that would be very nice to view.
Yeah.
Like, poor Kyle even gets bullied by Scorpia, who's the nicest scene within that. So that's
Why are you finding out Catcher's favourite colour?
Right, I
To
think
get Kyle as She-Ra in like a spin-off. Come on, DreamWorks.
if that's not a thing, I will complain. Noelle, be careful.
Agreed.
Right. So let's go for. Okay, so I know not every character has elemental powers, but going from this, what power would your character want from the elemental princesses? And if you are a princess, you cannot say your own.
Ooh.
So it's you as the characters. So what one would you like? Would you like Perfuma's little plant powers? Would you like Mermista's? EJ, your hand is up.
I think Razz with the power to teleport would be the most chaotic thing in the entire world. And
Too powerful.
I need that.
I love that.
I love that already.
Should just be there like, Mara dearie. I'm not Mara.
Gemma, I can see yours.
Baker and the water so they can clean the dishes easier.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be very convenient. Very convenient.
Exactly.
Kirby.
I mean, I think Finn would love the one from the comics and have fire powers.
Yes.
Like the chaos, you know, going on boats with Uncle Seahawk, adventures.
Definitely do that.
Would be prepared for the chaos. That would be Finn with fire powers.
Molly.
I think Glimmer would also want fire powers. She hates her own power so much. And if you gave her fire, she would be so powerful.
Scary.
I think she'd take it too far, but it'd be quite entertaining.
Oh, she would definitely take it too far, but she'd love it.
She's like, if Glimmer had firepower from the very beginning instead of her teleportation, she honestly probably would have just singed Catra and been like, right, leave Adora alone, and that would have been the end of the story.
Yeah. Catra would lose her hair. She'd just be like completely bald, and then she'll
look like, you know, one of those like Egyptian cats where they have like
my god,
like the hair.
Oh, the Sphinx.
Yeah, that's one. I couldn't think of
But
the
it'd still
name.
be grown out to the pixie cut by season 5, so we'd still get the pixie cut at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can someone do that? If there's any artists on here, would you mind drawing that for me and sending it? Thank you. Does anyone else have an answer?
I feel like Micah, young Micah and adult Micah would want two completely different things.
Yes.
I mean, young Micah definitely looks up to Light Spinner.
Yeah.
But I feel like the teleportation when he was young would be definitely something he would want, because he knows he's good at what he does, and he's not afraid to actually just point out, oh, I'm good at this. Yeah. And he just, let's be real, he has a bit of an ego. But I wouldn't say it's in a bad way, but imagine if he had like teleportation powers when he was little.
Yeah, that
he
would
be. He would never be late to class because he just would just be like suddenly there, just woken up in the morning.
So sorry.
One of the Light Spinner cosplayers actually did a TikTok that I'm 100% duetting. It's like Micah sleeping in class. Well, he wouldn't have that trouble if he could teleport, because he'd just get up out of bed and suddenly be in class.
Yeah.
There we
I mean,
go.
I want that
But-
in real life. Just
Same.
Same.
But as an adult, I feel like he's a lot. I mean, he's still got a silly side. We all know that.
Yeah.
But he's had to learn to be mature. And to be fair, the teleportation would still come in handy on Beast Island, thinking about it. Monster, don't need to deal with him.
He wouldn't have been on Beast Island, quite frankly, really, would he? So
No, he'd have teleported off.
Yep.
okay, I can see that EJ, you need to run. Do you say a quick goodbye for everyone?
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted me to like sneak out silently.
That's fine. I've literally just seen it, so I was like, oh.
You're valid. Bye, everyone. It was lovely chatting, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Razz teleporting to go and save Mara.
They're making a pie together. It's fine.
They're gonna go and make pie, and probably save some for Swiftwind.
They'll probably mess up the recipe, and it'll suddenly end up a cake instead.
Yeah, or just a giant cookie, something like that.
Pie soup.
Yeah. Okay. So this one got sent in. I think this one's quite interesting because we have absolutely no idea, because these things don't seem to exist on Etheria. So what kind of present would your character give at Christmas or birthday? Does anyone know? I know exactly what Entraptor would give. She would literally give bits of tech. She'd give like a spanner or something and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
A battery.
Could you just imagine them holding it up, just like, what do I do with this?
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Perfuma would give really passive aggressive presents to people. Like, I don't know, she'd be like to Catra, here's a book on meditation. Or to Entraptor, she'd give her something like a tips on how to go outside and stop working.
How not to get lost.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I can also just see that Law, you need to head off as well. That's fine, my lovely. In true double trouble fashion. Do you want to give a dramatic exit?
I'm gonna wave like mad again.
No. How would I must do. That's my best thing.
Farewell.
Yeah, thank you for joining.
Anywhere.
That is the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen. Just how do I turn it off?
Hold on, I just had an encore.
Baker would give food.
Yeah.
100%.
That's literally all I can think of, food. Baker would just bake everyone. Tiny food.
Yeah.
Finn
Scorpia would be really hit or miss with her gifts. Like, she'd try so hard to make everyone like these beautiful handmade things. She'd like try and make, I don't know, some like jars of homemade jam or something. And sometimes she'd just give someone something that was just not good.
Like knitting everyone's sweaters, but she's got to knit with her cloth.
No!
I need to know you of this. Hale.
Humor helps.
Hey, if you don't do this, I'm gonna be upset.
We want. That's so pure.
Oh, that breaks my heart. Kirby, I mean, Finn could probably give anything, I guess. Like, we don't actually.
Finn would grace you all with their mere presence. Like,
Finn is the kind of person that enters the room. It's like, I am the gift.
I am your gift.
It's like under the tree.
Wrap himself up.
I mean, it'd be perfect because, you know, a cat in a box is like, I am the present.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
That's it.
you could imagine everyone would be like, where did Finn go? And then they start opening the presents and he's just like, surprise.
Surprise, Charley.
It's like Laura just like throwing flowers, like surprise. And
He like spent the whole night just going like, I can't wrap myself up. This isn't working.
Just in the morning, and then Katja and Dora come down and they look and there's just like tape everywhere and they're like, what on earth has happened here? Just
so
looking
where
at
is our child?
just being stuck in the corner like, help.
He's ended up somehow in the tree instead of under the tree.
I'm gonna have to do this at Christmas now. I'm gonna have to get stuck in a tree somewhere.
wow.
I'm gonna put the angel on my like Micah bun next time.
Yeah.
Do it.
I do also feel like Glimmer would stress over giving presents, I think. She would be like, no, it has to be perfect. Everything needs to be perfect for like birthdays and stuff, I think.
I think she'd be really
Takes after her aunt.
Yeah. I think she'd be really good at gift giving, but it takes a lot of work. She wants to give everyone
In August, she's just buying the presents already.
Yeah, definitely.
Getting them in the January sales.
I mean, technically she's the queen. She doesn't really have to worry about money. Am I right?
I mean, this is true.
She just sorts every Christmas present out on Boxing Day. I'm ready for next year. And then loses them halfway through the year and has this like mad panic thinking, where did I put them?
Just out like,
Which I've done before, will admit.
We need a royal present room just for that.
You can use the dungeon.
I was just about to say that. You can use the dungeon.
There's no
and
cushions.
no one uses it.
There's
all
no
the cushions.
But that's going to be the sleepover room.
Yeah.
Someone who I can't figure out whether they'd be really good at giving presents or really bad at giving presents is Seahawk. But he would either do really big, really dramatic presents that everyone's like, okay, this is a bit much, or I don't know, manage to break all the presents.
Whilst setting fire to the Christmas pudding, he'd probably set fire to the entire house.
Christmas tree.
That entire house would just go up, and then everyone would be like, "Oh no!"
I feel like my mister would forget.
Yeah.
Micah would.
I know.
Micah
I think my
do one
mister
way or
would
the
like.
other.
I think my mister would like. Everyone would be expecting her to forget, and actually, she's just gotten everyone the most amazing gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she's really passive aggressive about it.
Yeah.
Like,
here
you go.
Or she just gives everyone like. She has no idea what their interests are, so she just gives everyone a box of chocolates. You know, when you do Secret Santa in school,
That's
and then
what
you get
does.
given someone
Katja's
you've
like,
never
I don't know what
spoken
to do, and just gives everyone
you
the
just-
same thing.
You all just end up with just a load of these.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened this Christmas. We're still on them.
I mean, Katja and Adora would be like, what are presents? What's Christmas?
I mean, I got a
Oh, with his voice cracks.
Bo would be good at giving presents.
Yes.
He'd be so stressed.
He'd have like little Christmas cards inside arrows as well. It'd be like
You'd
really
make
cool.
everyone little characters.
Bo has no flaws. I'm sorry.
God.
Bo is just perfect.
This is so stupid, but imagine Froster being like, here's your present, and then punching you.
Froster would be that person to give your present, but would put it in like a square of ice.
Block of ice.
So you have to like hack at it.
You gotta wait for it. You gotta wait
That's
for
when
it.
Seahawk comes in handy though, because he could just set it on fire.
True.
Now you're talking.
Micah's got sorcery powers. Surely that would help. I don't even know. Like he would put like, because like he's a dad. We'd have the like, oh, he'd probably do dad jokes, blah 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 blah. But to be fair, I actually think he'd be quite good at it because he does have like a sentimental side, and he is a bit of a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So he'd probably want to impress them, and I mean, we see he hasn't lost it with Froster, and he's trying to get down with the kids, and she's just like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like he never lost the people pleasing.
Yeah.
It started at Light Spinner, and he never learned anything when that went wrong.
Oh,
Making me think of that one video that Courtney and Molly did where it was Entraptor just giving Glimmer rocks. That might be what Entraptor would do. Either just bits of tech or rocks.
She really
But
would.
Could
pretty
you imagine
rock.
just holding like this spanner thinking, what the hell do I do with this? And then Catra just going like, oh, I hit something.
Yeah. But new weapon. I'm not going to say whip when I use the whip.
Imagine Scorpia, you could say spanner when you use the spanner and she just sat there thinking. What?
Spanner when I use the spanner.
Okay, I'm going to go with next question. Again, this one could be debatable, so debate amongst yourselves. So this one was sent in again. So obviously we know most characters within She-Ra have a partner by the end of the series. So
All the partner is gone if you're Micah.
yeah, sorry, Micah.
She'll be back in the She-Ra movie.
Spoiler alert.
So
R.I.P.
who
MJ.
else would your character be with, and why? And no, you cannot pick the one who ends up with that person. And if you don't have a partner, pick. There's a free reign. They're all single now. I mean, yeah, true. I mean, if you want to do your mums, you can do your mums. Since we don't have Adora or Catra here, so you can stand in for them.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to think what other adult characters aren't toxic or aren't his family.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest.
There aren't many.
Cast fella isn't really in
Razz.
action here.
I mean,
Razz.
you've got Razz.
Hordak.
Imagine the chaos. Imagine the chaos of Razz and Micah in the same room.
oh god.
Oh, no.
I actually have a very instant answer for Perfuma.
Oh no.
Is it my mister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Neither.
kind of see that.
Like, I love Scorpia so much. Everyone knows this, but everyone knows I'm also a big supporter of Permister. That's what I call. Oh no, wait, I call them
Perfuma.
Perfuma? Yeah.
They just have such funny
They
funny
work.
dynamic, and they argue
They like
so much. They
cancel
love
each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're well balanced.
They are. I mean, Baker. If we're going like canon, then Baker technically is with no one. So I'd say Busco and Soda Pop. But if we're counting that as they're already partners, then I mean we've got the option between like Bowen and Entraptor because that's the only of people that Baker ever.
I
made.
would say Lonnie for Baker. I
Oh,
don't know
Lonnie, that'd be
why.
cool.
Yeah.
I just like it.
Definitely.
very like,
Very,
like
yeah.
opposites but still closely attached. I think that would be very cute with
That
those
would be
two.
yeah.
I think that would be very cute.
I d-
Molly,
I like the
who would
idea
you
of
put with Glimmer?
So, although I think Glimbo is like the OTP for Glimmer at the end, because like obviously, a lot of people, I don't personally ship it, but a lot of people ship Glimmer with Adora.
I have seen a lot of that.
I've seen that, yeah.
I've seen that.
I
I don't
kind of ship it.
I don't hate it, but I don't ship it.
Mhm.
I prefer Glimmer and Catra because I think it's so
Yes.
fiery.
I've seen a lot of that.
I'm changing
Plus,
my
I mean,
there
they're
is that
both
very
very stubborn characters.
that very intimate scene where Catra licks Glimmer's arm.
Oh, being a prisoner is so tiring. Oh.
What
I
about
think they're so
Entraptor,
angry
Courtney?
all the time, both of them, and I think it would be so funny.
I know they're both really stubborn as well. So if they're compromising,
Oh,
they'll be like,
God,
"I'm not doing it." Well, I'm not apologizing. I didn't start it. Well, I'm not apologizing because I didn't start it. Everyone else in the middle just like,
Glimfuma, because maybe Glimmer was jealous of Bo going with Perfuma because she liked Perfuma.
You're right.
Yeah.
that turns the tables. I like
Oh,
it.
the turntables.
I can really see Scorpia in like a queer platonic relationship with Entraptor. So like it's not really romantic, but they're like life
Yeah.
partners kind of thing.
Yeah, I've seen. I was just about to say this because I've seen a lot of like different ships for Entraptor lately. I've had quite a few fan arts pop up on Instagram and whatnot. I've seen Perfuma and Entraptor. That one was kind of cute. I don't know if I could put them together though. I think that would be manic for both parties.
Yeah.
Scorpia and Entraptor, which I feel like that is probably the closest I think I would go for personally. I don't think it would be like, as you say, like really like romantic-y kind of thing. I think they would just be like life partners together, like that
Which
kind
is
of
also
thing.
very cute.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know, that's so chill.
like Entraptor would be there, like, with the tiny food, and Scorpia just wants to go on picnics all the time. Like, how adorable would that be?
They'd have so much
It just
fun,
goes
you
so
know.
well.
Exactly. Like, I feel like that would be the next one for me, just because I don't think anybody else could tolerate Entraptors.
Oh, Emily. Entraptor and Emily.
True.
Entraptor and Darla.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
I used to say that's not a thing. Like she's with Hordak, but she's also got her fun with Darla.
means I'm gonna spend some quality time together.
But yeah, I think that would be mine for Entraptor. I think Scorpia would be the closest for her, but again, not romantically. It would be life partners kind of thing. I'm trying to think if there's anyone we've missed. We've had Glimmer, we've had Bo, we've had Cachadora, blah blah blah.
Angie.
Seahawk. Who would we put with Seahawk if we missed her?
Bo.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, I did go on that guys' night out and had a very good time.
What's
Kyle and Bo is also a
basically
good
canon that Bo had a crush on
Bo,
Stacey
yes,
anyway.
Kyle and Bo.
I love Kyle and Bo. I think it's cute.
Yeah. To be
They're
fair, what
pure.
stays on boys' night outs, like, stays on boys' night out. You know what I mean? So anything could have happened.
We all know who else would go over Dora. Swiftwind.
Oh no!
Move over Cachadora, sacred bond. I'm telling you.
Glimmer is kind of cute. I think that they might have had little crushes on each other.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I can see it.
I mean,
or what about
Huntara?
Oh, Huntara, yeah.
Oh,
the age gap there gets me a bit because Adora's probably like about 18 at that point. I don't know.
It is quite an age gap, but I still think it's funny how
I
she's
think
just
Adora
like
probably had a crush on her, but
yeah.
It was more like little kid going after One Direction or whatever back in the days when everyone had that as a thing.
Lady lesbian admiring the big butch lesbian.
Yeah. It was more like an admire celebrity crush rather than I could totally date you.
Yeah.
It was just muscles.
Yeah, it's like, oh, muscle.
So, what about Shadow Weaver?
Oh no!
You guys all know what I'm gonna say, and Hale and I are gonna fight.
And you know what I'm gonna say?
We're gonna fight.
Oh god.
For those who don't know, Alexia is a big cast a spell Shadow Weaver shipper.
I'm just waiting for the comments to be like, no, stop it, no.
Hale is a big
Could you imagine?
Angela and Shadow Weaver shipper.
Yeah, I may or may not ship Angela and Shadow Weaver.
But can we just establish if either of them have? Imagine Castaspella going up to Micah and going, "This is my girlfriend." Micah would be so disappointed in her,
Yeah.
and like he wouldn't know how to say it. It'd be like,
I just
no,
want
this
to point
isn't good.
out as well, poor Micah. So if Angela and Shadow Weaver, he's just lost his wife to his teacher. But then
His toxic teacher.
if his sister goes off with Shadow Weaver, he's just lost his sister to Shadow Weaver. But then if Angela and Castaspella were a thing, he's just lost his sister and his wife.
That's weirder. That's weirder to me.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of fan art of that as well. And like there was one that sticks in my brain of Micah is like in, you know, that meme where it's like two people and the guy is looking backwards.
Yeah.
So it's Micah, Angela, and then Castaspella is the one that's walking away, and Angela's like that.
Oh,
And I'm like,
oh Micah.
Oh
no. Like
Micah's gonna have to run off to like somewhere and do an Elsa and just let it go.
he can just go to Beast Island and he can have his glow up on there again.
Could you just imagine him? He can literally have the power things.
Yeah.
Charley, when are you giving us Micah in Elsa's dress?
Oh, I want to do that now, bad.
Oh.
Do it.
Exclusives, people, exclusives. You're getting the behind the scenes before it's already started.
There's one thing out on. We've missed out Scorpia and Lonnie.
That's true. That's true.
Because the writers apparently intended them to end up together originally, which is why there's that scene where Lonnie's like blushing when she's talking.
Oh, I
to
love
Scorpia.
that.
Oh,
Never considered that really.
Scorpia's
could
got
see
two
it.
pincers.
Lonnie needed more screen time. I needed more Lonnie.
That's true.
Really
I love Lonnie.
Lonnie is just the best.
Okay.
Bonnie was slept on badly. Like,
So even the
guys,
ones we promised.
we need her.
Okay, I'm gonna start our little who is most likely to round.
Okay.
So just fire away with whoever. Obviously, if a lot of people have answers at the same time, just keep doing what we're doing with the hand thing. So first one, who is most likely to have the weird phobia of the group? Alexia.
Perfuma, cacti.
I mean, accurate.
True.
Anyone else have?
No, I think I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Scorpia. I could see Scorpia having a weird phobia of something.
I
I don't know
say
what.
Kyle.
Kyle.
It's always Kyle.
Yeah.
I could see Castor Speller as well, from the way like she portrays herself in the coronation scene where she's trying to get everything together.
Yeah.
I feel like she's got that like really chaotic arm energy, but I feel like she definitely has a very strange phobia.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be, we'll never know.
Okay. Who is most likely to get into a fight?
Adora.
Everyone's like, Dora.
I think quite a few people could.
Yeah.
Catra
Because,
as
like,
well.
Catra,
Glimmer.
Froster.
Frosta.
Oh,
Froster,
definitely
Froster
Froster.
punches thing.
Yeah.
Glimmer
Especially
would
if
probably
anyone
say
says
something.
she's younger.
I don't think Glimmer would physically hit anyone. She'd probably say something, and then the person would be like, "What did you just say to me?" And then that's what would happen.
She'd probably
Yeah.
Glimmer's probably most likely to get into a verbal fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't really think before she acts. I mean, she really takes after her dad there. Micah never used to be much of a thinker, did he?
I feel like Entraptor would accidentally start a fight by just pointing or doing something to annoy someone, and then that would just accidentally start a fight.
Yeah, I feel like she would probably open her mouth and be like, oh, so-and-so said this, like when they were angry, and then that would instigate a fight. I don't think she would fight, because I think she'd just be too
She's like no
scared.
social cues.
Yeah, she would just be like...
She also wouldn't say it out of like malicious intent or anything. She'd just be like, oh yeah, you know, yesterday this happened. And she'd have no idea that someone would like take offense to that.
Yeah,
you here for the social experiment too. So said this.
I mean, you may as well. If you're going to take data, I mean, you may as well start it yourself. It makes it more interesting, right?
In the name of science.
In the name of science. Okay, who is the most likely to be the first one to die in a zombie apocalypse?
Kyle.
Kyle?
Seahawk as well.
Yeah.
I feel like Seahawk would like shoot a gun and then all the zombies would come to him because he's just made too much noise.
Yeah. Also, that Boys Night Out episode where he got accidentally kidnapped by the wrong people. Like, he's dead.
Why didn't
If it weren't for
anyone try to
Mister,
stop
he'd be
me?
dead a long time ago.
You didn't tell us. If I told you, you would have tried to stop me.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like the big episodes. Like, oh yeah, this person hates me. So I might have set I might have set their boat on fire and their boat on fire.
And
That makes.
on
Does
fire.
that mean he would start a fight because he set someone's boat on fire and they didn't take it too lightly?
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, next one. This one I find really funny because I think I know my answer straight off the bat. Who is most likely to have a stalker?
Ooh.
I mean, Catra technically stalks Adora for literally a lot of the episode.
Yeah.
A lot of the series.
See, I said She-Ra because I feel like she would get that weird little fan that's obsessed with her.
She'd probably get men hit on her as well, like dirty old men.
Yeah, like
Weird relationship that Frosta and Glimmer have.
yeah.
Well, I think it's like, yeah. Frost is always trying to be with Glimmer. Leave me alone.
I love Mister, but Miss Seahawk Loki stalking Mister.
I feel like Adora might also stalk Huntara for a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Her and Perfuma doing that together. That's their bonding activity.
I actually have.
They have like a fan account for.
I've got one. this is just me trying to get Perfuma in there again. I feel like when Scorpia first joins the rebellion, Perfuma keeps accidentally bumping into her to give her like more self-care stuff. I'm like, Scorpia, I didn't know you'd be here. Here's some soup I was just carrying around.
I just happen to have it on me at all times.
Yeah.
We'll be prepared at all times. You might get hungry.
The one time you genuinely need the soup, though, she just doesn't have it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, whoops.
Okay. I think we all probably know this one, and judging from a few Monopoly videos we have done within the group, who is the most likely to get mad after losing a game?
Several people.
Glimmer.
Glimmer.
Yeah,
Glimmer.
Catra.
Glimmer is 100% like a really bad
Adora.
loser.
I can see
Yeah, she's
Adora.
definitely a loser.
Could you just imagine, like, family Monopoly? Micah and Angie would be like, we're going to have to let her win.
Yeah.
Every time.
Just to
feel
keep
like-
the peace.
I mean, I feel like Adora would treat it like how she treated like Princess from like a strict plan. We'll have these strategies, and then it's like,
It's the one time.
And then
when
the strategies
Dawn's
go out the
sensible
window.
person.
I think Bo would be really good at Monopoly.
Yeah. I
there's
think
like the quiet one that sneaks under. Is like, yep, this is mine now.
I definitely think he'd be like the most careful one with his money. He'd be like, right, okay, well, logically speaking, I'm not going to land on this one again. So if I land on this one, I better buy it now, whilst I'm on it. I feel like he'd be very, very strategic, but in the nicest way as well, and be like, right, well, this person already has like 2 of these colors, so maybe I should not buy this one because I want that person to get all of their colors. You know, like I feel like that's what he would be like. Very
Okay, but
Either
imagine.
not play and just observe, or she'd play in a very sciencey, like working out all the statistics.
She'd tell you all about the names of all the places on every spot as well.
Yeah.
I
Could
can
you
just
just
like also
imagine?
just imagine with Glimmer and Catra playing, and then Catra's like getting all these different properties, and Glimmer making jokes about her colonizing Etheria and the way she's colonizing the board.
Could you imagine like starting the game and someone just goes, I don't actually remember. I haven't played Monopoly in ages, but whichever one was worth the most amount of money, someone's like, you're not allowed to buy that one, it's mine.
We need
Before
this
they've even
as a
landed on
video.
it.
We need this
It's
as a
mine. I'm not.
video now.
I feel like obviously all of the Horde people probably didn't exactly play board games in the Horde, so I can imagine that when it comes to games night, all the Horde people are there and like, what's this? I don't know what this is.
No, there must be board games because Scorpia asks Catra if she wants to play a board game together.
True.
They
I
sunk
can't
each
imagine
other's
they'd play
battleships, it's
Monopoly.
fine.
I feel like they would probably have games of like to do with
Board games.
capturing princesses, to be
It
fair.
would
like
probably
really
be games with not that many pieces because they probably just always go missing.
Yeah, just people like keep them and get lost and
Oh my God.
Cinderella and the tosser would definitely cause issues. I mean, we've seen that.
yeah.
This is why no
Game
one
night.
comes to game night anymore.
Exactly.
I'm just imagining Scorpia trying to pick up the little pieces with her pincers.
Imagine it's Catra who keeps stealing the pieces and she has them in her little cat basket.
Yeah.
Or entrapped to keep stealing them to use in her tech, not realising they're game board pieces.
Yeah.
This looks like a tiny person. I'm going to use it.
Yeah, definitely can imagine that one. Okay, who is the most likely to spend all their money on something really stupid?
Bo.
Laura.
I think Seahawk.
Seahawk.
Yeah,
say
Seahawk.
Definitely Seahawk.
I could see Seahawk using his money for like really grand gestures towards like Mermista and that kind of thing. I could see that.
I could also see Froster not being brilliant with money.
Yes, she's a child.
She's quite
Little
careless.
child.
I feel like
Could you just imagine her? I bought ice. Froster, your power is ice.
Scorpia would be very self-indulgent after the war's over. She'd just buy herself so many nice clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can tell she's so stylish, but she doesn't have that many clothes.
Can you imagine the level of her home decor?
It would be so extravagant, yet
It
so
would.
minimalistic, I think, at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
you know for a fact, like, she's just bought this gigantic sculpture for absolutely no reason, and there's no meaning behind it, but she's like, I really liked it, and it really sparked joy for me, so I bought it.
Aww.
The feng shui right there.
Yeah.
I feel like Finn like would be the sort of person that as soon as they got pocket money, it'd be gone.
On cookies.
Yes.
On cookies,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd be like permanent
100%.
sugar rush.
Yes.
100%. I mean, I feel like Dora would spend her money like on like, because of just judging from that episode where they're like at that like fair thing, it's like on all this food she's never tried before. It's like, give me this and this and this and this, and it's like buys so much food.
I also see Adora like sort of probably being worried about spending too much money as well. Like I can't see her like being the kind of person who splurges. She'd probably be worried, oh no, we're not gonna have enough money if I buy this thing.
She has to be
I could see
forced out
Micah
of
being
wearing
quite
that jacket.
frugal.
Entraptor would just steal the tech. She'd just like sneak it, like right, not even thinking it's a bad thing, you know, like she does when she just goes into the rooms when no one's in there and takes the tech. That's what she do. She wouldn't buy
Could
it.
you imagine her in a shop? She'd just like take the cash machine, not realising that it's a cash machine.
It's like, oh, how does this work?
And then the alarm goes off and she's like, ooh, I wonder where that is.
Fascinating.
Gets like fascinated with like the card reader or something.
The security
And then
guard
like
wants
everyone
to
just
like
stops and stares at her. No one even tries to get it back because they're so shocked. They just watch her walk out of the shop.
Definitely. Okay. So we're getting closer to the end of 2 hours. So I'm gonna throw this last one. Who is the most likely to get arrested for walking around naked?
Seahawk.
Though Micah, with the Beast Island thing, I could see Micah ending up like, because he's had to survive on so little there.
Yeah.
I could see it happening if like
He's taking
I mean,
a
he's
lake or something.
Yeah.
I've got one. Swift
no.
Wind.
Oh,
I'm a horse. I don't need clothes. And he's trying to explain that to the police officers. It's like, I don't need clothes. I'm a horse. And the police officers are like, that's not an excuse.
Or he pulls an Olaf and goes, I find clothing very restricting.
I could see it personally. Like, because you know that whole thing of Swiftwind going to Princess Prom and we'd put him in like a bow tie and whatnot.
Yes.
I feel like he would do that. He'd like come out and he'd have like a little like, you know, the chest pieces with all like the ruffles and stuff.
Yeah, like the fake collars.
Yeah,
Jenna,
like, he'd come
Jenna,
out
we
with
need
one of those.
this.
Jenna, we
Jenna-
know you're listening.
Yeah.
He'd have
Princess
like
Proms with friends.
he'd come out and be like that, and then Adora would be like, "What are you wearing?" He'd be like, "I find clothing restricting. I don't like this. I need to be free." And then we'd just like rip it off.
I could see that. Well, just to mix it up a bit, I think, you know, Perfuma, she's like really carefree. I can just see her being a bit of a nudist.
Yeah.
It's all the characters I do that you guys are saying.
I think that says something.
Maybe you have a type, characters that would walk around naked.
Someone else I can imagine is, this is a weird one, but Caster Speller. I feel like she'd be one of those slightly hippie-ish aunts who like goes to nudist beaches and stuff.
Could you just imagine it the first time she ever did it, and she just walks out and Micah's just like, I did not need to see that.
What I also think would probably happen is Adora and Glimmer and everyone would take everyone up to is it Mystical, the spa again?
Yeah.
Yeah. They would go up there and like everyone would go out with their swim bits on, you know, all the white and then Perfuma would come out and just stark naked.
Sunbathing, what's she supposed to do?
Like, oh, you guys are wearing clothing. Oh, I didn't realise. I'm sorry. Like, it would just quickly run back and be like, no, actually, she'd make like a swimsuit out of flowers or something.
Oh, yes, you would.
It would be like those Adam and Eve pictures where she's just got
Yeah.
Like a leaf.
Yeah. I could see that.
A leaf there.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, her
you
outfit
know.
already is very revealing. Like, it's impossible to make your Perfuma outfit that as revealing as hers is. That's why it's so difficult to fully copy her costume.
Yeah, it's a lot. What is your favourite part about cosplaying?
That's such a wholesome question.
It's cute.
But I think I have an answer.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charley, do you want to start us off?
It's so nice to just like, it's like an escape. You can be someone you're not within reason. Obviously, if your character is a criminal, please don't go and commit actual felonies.
Yeah.
Just gonna go and open a portal and destroy the world because I'm cosplaying Catra, so it's totally fine. Don't do that. But
don't
like,
get
you
influenced
can
by that.
You can like you put on your costume, and like it's more than just wearing a costume. You often become a bit of that character. And I don't know whether that's because from princessing you have to, like you cannot not. But like even when I cosplay like my OCs or Micah or Lance or whoever, I become a bit of that character. Even when I'm just sat there, I'm not filming anymore. I'm just sort of sat there and can't be bothered to remove the wig and all that. And you're still sort of in that character zone. And it's like an escape. And you've just met so many people through it. So people relate to you. And so when you're going, oh, this character does this, blah, 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 blah. And someone's like, I understand.
Yeah.
Yay.
Gemma?
I think that the people you meet through it, because I mean, apart from Kirby, I wouldn't have known any of you lot or the rest of the group if it wasn't for cosplay and TikTok especially. And obviously all amazing people. So I think the people you meet through cosplays do make the best thing about it. Because I've got so many mutuals I've met through TikTok and through cosplaying, and obviously the entirety of Weira.
Yeah,
it's lovely. You lot have given me something to do during lockdown and like people to talk to. So like obviously we have our calls weekly and saves me from boredom.
Yeah, especially because lockdown we don't have much to do really. Like every day just
anyone to talk to.
Wake up, sleep, wake up, sleep. The end.
Yeah.
Okay. Alexia?
Like everyone else was saying, friends. It's very like, yeah, they definitely make the experience so much better. You get advice from each other on how to cosplay, and it really helps like boost you up. You find shared interests, and we keep having these little movie nights, and it's great. And it's just wonderful. But also, you guys may not know this about me actually, but I'm a drama student. So
same.
You probably had no idea.
Hey, you're a drama student, are you?
I never knew.
So like, I love becoming characters, and I've just missed that so much in lockdown, not being able to perform in plays and stuff. But then this is just, it feels like a different way of it's continuing to express that passion for performing.
Yeah.
You actually get to become the character, like not just acting as them, you also get to dress up as them, and I love that.
And in fact, it's twice as good because instead of being cast in a show, you get to choose who you want to be.
You're the main star.
The director isn't casting you. You can play whoever you want. You can play the whole cast if you want to.
Yeah.
Molly?
I have two. So Friends is one of them. Especially because that's how I started cosplaying, was through, and I made friends through cosplay, and now they're like my best friends in the whole world. And the other thing though is I like to inspire other people. And I don't want to sound like big-headed when I say this, but like a big part of what like my cosplay is body positivity, and I share a lot of stuff about that. And whenever somebody reaches out to me and says, hey, what you did meant a lot to me, or I really appreciate your cosplay because you know you do this and this and this, and not a lot of people do that, it means a lot to me because it says that I'm doing something to help somebody else while helping myself, because it like cosplay is such a good thing for my mental health. So it's good to be able to help other people when you can.
Okay. Kirby?
Well, this is gonna be basically the same as everyone else's answers, but like the community as a whole is so like accepting, and so everyone's just like so lovely, like, and the friends I've made some of my best friends through cosplay, and through this group especially I've made some of like my best friends through this group, and I've also learned like a lot about myself through cosplay, because like yes, my whole life was you're an athlete, that's all you are, that's all you're gonna do, but like cosplay you've learned so many new skills, you know, and it's just I'm a new person now, thanks to cosplay. So thank you, cosplay.
And last but not least, Hale.
I think, yeah, obviously what everyone else said about, like meeting people and like becoming close and making friends and stuff, that's obviously a really, really lovely thing. But also I think it's really nice to be able to develop new skills, and cosplay actually makes me use the free time that I have in a way that I feel is productive, because I'm making things, I'm making costumes, I'm making videos, and it's stuff that makes me happy, and it seems to also make some other people happy, like when you get like a nice comment or whatever, and it's just, yeah, it's good to use your time in a way that makes yourself happy, and that is definitely better than when I'm just using my time to scroll social media or whatever.
Yeah, so I definitely think, especially with lockdown in the UK, obviously lockdowns have been a little bit all over the place. I would not have started cosplaying, I think, if we weren't in lockdown, because of the fact that I had nothing else to do. And then I downloaded TikTok at the very start, and then seen all these amazing creators and cosplayers, and was like, oh my god, that's amazing, I would love to do that. But I had zero self-confidence in myself, and I was like, I could never. I hated being in front of a camera, and that, I mean, look where we are now. I'm literally doing like a podcast with you guys. This is crazy. But like the sheer opportunity I think it's given me, like I would never have gone to a Comic-Con because nobody I knew was going or even knew about these things. And with TikTok, I would never have met any of you, which is the absolute scariest thing for me, because I think I message at least a few of you every day.
Are you making me cry?
Are you gonna make me cry? I was there. Like,
these wholesome, so sentimental.
Like, I message all of you so much, whether it's a quick checking in that you're okay, you're doing okay, or whether it's saying, oh my god, you look incredible in that cosplay, or guys, please help, mental breakdown occurring, and you guys are like instantly there, which is the nicest thing I think about this group, because
you know that they're there for you, but you're also there for them.
And it's gave me so many new friends. Like, I can just easily call and be like, hey, do you want to like do like a video call, or like, do you want to do this video with me? That would be great, kind of thing. And it's just lovely having that support, because I have never been that confident of a person, but from the absolute difference from the beginning of me starting TikTok, my first ever video, I am just standing there. I'm going to out myself right now. So I am standing there, and I'm literally just there like,
help.
I mean, it's the same.
Like, I had no idea what to do, and I did not know about the function, didn't know about filters, didn't know about anything. And then when I started editing, you know, when you're like, oh my god, there's all of these effects, I can use so many, and you whack them on.
Yeah, and you just start using them a little bit too much, so they just don't flow. And suddenly you've got like this like full-on strobe thing going, and you're going, I've got to put a warning on this moment. I
didn't even know at first that you could like adjust it so you could do it in multiple clips. Like, I didn't know how to do that.
I didn't.
But then you film that entire thing and you mess up at the end, and you're like, damn it.
Had to do the whole thing again. Because you do it all in one go.
I mean, Kirby and Courtney saw me filming for the first time, and it was hilarious. I was literally there, and Kirby was trying to help me do a transition. It was supposed to be a first transition into outfit sort of thing. And I was literally there, and I was like, how do I do this? Kirby, I don't know what to do. She was like, set it for when you want it. I was like, I don't know when I want it. And it was the funniest thing, because I had not a clue in hell what I was doing. And these two were just like, come on, can you just go do it? And Courtney said, like, Kirby, just help her, she don't know what she's doing.
But no, like, I remember my first one, I didn't know you had like the I didn't know you had like the slider thing, so all of my or like the countdown thing, So all of my videos, I had to be really next to the camera, try and hide the fact I was holding the button to play and let go. So my first video is really shaky and like here.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I've also like met through Molly. I found out there's fellow singers, and that's just like yay.
Yeah,
So
the singers in this group,
with you.
the talent. So many talented singers in this group. I can't like. Y'all amazing.
I need to figure out how to do collabs at longer distance. We need to do this.
Yes.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
One day I will come to England.
Yes.
And visit everything.
Yes.
Yeah, you will.
Maybe I'll come to a con, and that's how I'll work it out.
Do it.
Oh
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Depends on the con because I do have family, but I've never met them, so we'll see if they
sit in the hotel room and sing.
Yeah.
Annoy the neighbours.
Providing COVID's gone, of course. We don't condone that here. If you're
Of
meeting
course.
outside in a pandemic, people, please wear your mask.
And
Please
do it as
don't
little as
hang out with
possible.
people if is not important. Thank
We are
you.
very
sensible.
excited that there might be a con, but we completely understand if it does get called off.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they still go ahead this year because I'm going to be very
Same.
disappointed because I have a few that I would like to do.
Mm.
But if it's not safe, obviously we'll not be going.
Yeah, and even if they, and the thing is with MCM is they're very good at assessing. Whereas other cons have just been like, oh, we'll just go ahead anyway. They've actually been like,
Yeah.
it's not safe. It's not safe to do August. We're going to cancel August.
Yeah.
Whereas some places are going, we'll just do it and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
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 So to all you viewers, it is real.
Stay safe. Stay home when you can.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
I don't have a mask next to me. I can't even put one on there.
It's just
No, I don't
everyone
have
starts
sex
walking on masks.
Yes, mine's downstairs.
I'm going to end it here. We don't have any more questions. Does anyone have anything they wish to add on here at all?
So congratulations to you for doing your first live stream.
Yeah, and thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Court.
Well, who else was I going to start with? I mean, if I'm going to start with anyone, I may as well start with like the people that have been there for me the most. So
Oh, make me cry.
I
We're
made me
going to have to
cry
wave like mad.
We don't
Just
need
whack my
sappy
hand off
hours
my
right
glasses.
now.
Okay, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you all of you for joining. I will link every single one of your socials, if you so wish, on the description. And for the ones who are viewing at the moment, we've got a few viewers still with us. So every single one of these people has TikTok. I have probably duetted every single one of them on my TikTok. So if you wish to go and follow them, you can find them through here. I think I know every single one of your usernames. Curbs Karate, Utterly D, a little bit Alexia, Gemma Grace Cosplays, I believe is your new name.
Yeah. 'Cause I changed. I think so.
My name is Charley T, I believe.
Yeah.
Memory. I'm going to look awful if I get this wrong. And at Hufflepuff, but no U's in the at Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
So,
There's no use. It's only me's.
it's just so yeah, please go and support these guys with their cosplay, especially with lockdown and everything at the moment. They need all of the support you guys can give, whether that's sharing their images or commenting on any of their videos. Please go and do so, because these are lovely human beings who deserve all of the love and praise. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. And that was our first stream, which is absolutely crazy. But
Nice.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Says bye.